All right. So here's a little bit on the Department of Education and what Trump is doing. And you can see where the left is going off the edge about this stuff because there's so much waste in that Department of Education and fraud that it's crazy. The only reason I can think that the left would be so upset about what they're doing with the Department of Education, they're not really dismantling it. They're just revamping it, moving stuff around. Other places are going to pick up other stuff that pertains to them. So the left is just handing you a line of bullshit as usual, trying to get you pissed off at Trump. But let's look at some of the stuff. You tell me. I want to know. Here it comes.
If you go to the NEA, National Education Association, one of the biggest teacher unions in the nation, if you go to their agenda items for their yearly meetings, you will find agenda items to discuss rights to abortion, LGBTQ plus outreach, Palestinian causes, to implement these types of discussions and policies into schools. Is that education? To me, it's not education, it's politics. The Department of Education was started as a payoff for teacher unions for getting President Carter elected in the late 70s. And the department, as we have followed it now, myself personally, closely in recent years, has pretty much empowered teacher unions who have politicized agendas to get policies and items into educational settings.
Should I do this? It was very lucky. I found another document that turned out to be very good for the country, and I said, let's use that same pen. I don't know, is anybody superstitious? Ron, are you superstitious? Let's use that same pen.
But, when you're chasing Jewish students around, when you're not letting a Jewish professor enter a building, when you're targeting people like that, that's not free speech. I mean, that's harassment. That violates appropriate conduct. And yet, at Columbia, at Yale, all these places, those folks rule the roost. They do whatever they want. And these administrators and the presidents of these universities are weak. They're scared and they don't do anything. You do that in Florida at our universities, we're showing you the door. You're going to be expelled when you're doing that stuff.
I understand Maine. Is Maine here, the governor of Maine? Well, are you not going to comply with it?
I'm complying with state and federal laws.
We are the federal law. Well, you better do it. You better do it because you're not going to get any federal funding at all if you don't. And by the way, your population, even though it's somewhat liberal, although I did very well there, your population doesn't want men playing in women's sports. So you better comply because otherwise you're not getting any federal funding.
See you in court.
Every state, good. I'll see you in court. I look forward to that. That should be a real easy one. And enjoy your life after governor because I don't think you'll be in elected politics. Every state has a responsibility to comply with Title IX. They have an obligation, a legal obligation, and we'll be enforcing aggressively, and we're going to be protecting our citizens. We're going to protect. So just to end this administration.
So what do you think? What's your opinion? What's your views on this? Go ahead and look. Don't ever take what I say as gospel. Because I can miss something, I could be misreading something. I just try to point you guys all in the right direction to look on your own and see what's going on. But do that. Do some research, see what's going on, see what your take is on it, and let me know. I really would appreciate that. Remember, keep it civil. There's no reason for hostility. This is just a Q&A. type of deal. What I see, what my opinions are, and I'm open for suggestions and listen to people. I just don't tolerate rudeness. I don't tolerate disrespect, and don't ever, say anything bad about my country, because I love my country, and I'm gonna defend it whether you like it or not. And that's just the way it is. And if you're living in America and you're talking crap about my country, there's an airport in every city just about in the United States of America. There's train stations, there's boats. Get on one of them and get the hell out. I don't really care. People are going to say, oh, you shouldn't say that. My country. Pull that shit in another country and see how fast you don't go to jail and you're not deported. But anyways, peace out. Love you guys. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe.